Hello, my name's Amanda Haddon-Cave and I'm a supporter of the Royal Humane Society. It does an incredible job of recognising life-saving and especially the bravery in doing so. I'd like to read you a moving story from the archives of the Society. Today's story comes from 1981. For historical perspective, this was the year that Ronald Reagan was inaugurated as 40th President of the United States. The then Prince Charles announced his engagement to Lady Diana Spencer, and a year in which Sebastian Coe set 5 world records and won all 22 track races he took part in. This story is about a woman called Dulcie Calms from New South Wales, Australia. On the 16th of November 1980, Mrs. Calms courageously saved the lives of 4 young people trapped in a blazing car east of Temora. The car, driven by a young woman, ran off the road and collided with a heavy steel telegraph pole and on impact burst into flames. Mrs. Calms, who lives in a house on a nearby property, was awakened by a noise like a large explosion. She went to her bedroom window and saw a car against the steel pole on the other side of the road. She also noticed that the headlights were on and the flames were coming from the front of the vehicle. She went to another room, woke her daughter, and instructed her to ring for the ambulance and police, and then she ran to the scene of the accident some 150 metres away. On arriving at the scene, Mrs. Calms saw a young girl lying in the grass beside the offside rear door and a young man standing dazed beside the vehicle. She grabbed the girl and dragged her away from the burning car to a grassed area to the rear of the car. She then went to the near side front door where she saw through the window a young man who appeared to be seated in the passenger seat but was slumped across another girl who appeared to be wedged under the steering wheel. Both these people seemed lifeless, with no movement or sound. As she could not open this door, she hurried round the back of the vehicle to the offside door. This door couldn't be opened either, but the window was down, and she leant through the open window and grabbed the man and commenced to pull him through the opening. He then seemed to wake, and with his assistance, he got out through the window. After he fell to the ground, she found he couldn't walk due to his injuries, so she pulled him through the fence and induced him to crawl to safety. Mrs. Calms then saw that the front of the car was well alight, and she again leant through the window and attempted to pull the injured girl out. The girl was wedged under the steering wheel and her seatbelt was on. Mrs. Calms struggled to release the belt, but at this time the flames were beginning to burn around the legs of the girl, who woke and began screaming and moving, but was then able to release her belt, and she was dragged to safety through the open window. The grass around the car was well alight, so Mrs. Calms returned and dragged the first girl further away from the car to safety. Not long after this, the petrol tank exploded, and the whole of the vehicle was engulfed in flames. Mrs. Calms suffered a slight burn to her left arm, but the young people all recovered after 2 months in hospital. Dulcie Calms was awarded the 1981 Stanhope Gold Medal. She was also awarded the Silver Medal of the Royal Humane Society of New South Wales. What an extraordinary account of bravery. The Royal Humane Society is a small charity and depends on donations from the public. Please give generously, or even better, become a governor of the Society. You can find details on the website. Thank you.